So we'll start with nurturing figures. Can you think of someone or something that's nurturing for you?
Yeah, I think the first thing that comes to mind would be my own mom.
Your own mom?
Yeah.
Okay. So bring up an image of her in her nurturing aspect, where you can really feel her nurturing quality.
I don't have a particular instance in mind, but there's a quality.
Yeah, it could be just seeing her face or something that would evoke it. Okay, so just go inside and just fully positive, just feeling that quality. And let me know when you have a sense of that.
Okay.
Okay. How's that?
There's a little more tied to it than it was a little more complicated than I thought.
That's the trouble with mothers. You kind of connected to all kinds of memory networks. Okay, so think of someone who's not your mother, who has a nurturing quality, who may not link it to.
Okay, a friend of mine. I can remember her name.
Just give her a name so I can.
Let's call her Barbara.
Okay. So close your eyes and go inside and bring up an image of Barbara that fully evokes a feeling of nurturing, of being nurtured and cared for.
Okay.
Got it? Okay, so I'm going to tap a little bit.
That was good.
Do you want me to go longer so you feel complete?
No, that was good.
It was good?
Yeah.
It stayed within just the nurturing feeling? Right. Is there anyone else you can imagine who would have a nurturing quality for you?
Well, I consider my meditative practice to have a nurturing quality to it, but I don't necessarily have a person tied to it. I'm not sure.
Yeah, so we want to create a sense of, would it be when you're sitting with a group of people, with just that feeling of being with a group, would that evoke it?
Yeah.
Okay, so just imagine sitting with a group where you're feeling a quality of nurturing.
Okay.
Of care.
Yeah, so that would be my friend. My friend Bill actually leads groups like this, and so then I can think of him and being with him in a group.
Okay, that's great. That's great. Okay, so have a sense of Bill, image of Bill in the group, and let me know when you have a feeling of that nurturing quality.
Okay.
Great. How's that?
I noticed that my heart got warmer on this time than the others, and that it was something. It was a feeling that I like, that I access in my own practice, and it's a feeling I like hanging out in. And I was noticing that we went a little bit longer also in this tapping than we did in the other times.
Okay. the going longer, was that good, or
Oh yeah.
you like that? Okay.
Yeah, I do.
All right. So this is each one of these has a slightly different flavor to it, doesn't it? These different figures.
Yeah.
Okay. So can you think of a protector figure, someone real or imaginary, that would have that kind of protective aspect?
I have two in mind. One of them is a time when I felt very strong, and
Okay.
it was in response to an event. And then the other one I would say would be Archangel Michael.
Okay.
So, two of those.
Okay. So imagine Archangel Michael,
Okay.
and feel, imagine him and feel that protective aspect.
Okay.
Let me know when you have a sense of it. Got it? Okay. How's that?
That's good.
What did you notice?
I'm not really into chakras, but I do notice that it's more activity up in terms of my, in this part of my body. I feel it's more of an energy of clarity and focus and strength.
Great, great. Okay, and then activate that time when you felt that strength yourself.
Okay.
Okay. Kind of your adult protective self. Let me know it when you have a good sense of it.
Okay.
How's that?
It was good. I felt it this time more in my legs. Part of it was that, and I think in that event there were 3 teenagers who were heckling me, and I became aware all of a sudden that it was potentially dangerous. It was at night, and I was in an isolated area, and I didn't know. And something inside me said they feed off your fear. And so rather than retreating or getting scared, I actually did the opposite, and I walked right up to them and I said hi. It's like I don't remember exactly what happened, but it was a very active response that then we were like, because I didn't go up trying to be confrontive. It was just open and without responding to that energy, and it felt really good. I could feel when we were tapping it in, I could feel that in my legs.
Great.
Especially.
Great. Okay, so now can you think of anyone or anything that could be good inner wisdom or a wise figure for you?
That's a hard one. It feels like I've been foolish a lot of my life.
Anyone from history or a spiritual figure or anyone that has wisdom quality?
Oh, I would say Plato.
Plato?
Uh-huh.
You want to have Plato on your one of your allies, or one of your team?
Yeah.
All right. So imagine Plato.
Okay.
So feel his wise quality. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How's that?
That was not as clear as some of the other ones.
Okay. Did anyone else come to mind you'd like to have on your team?
The one that comes up is, I don't know if it's just me being a smart ass, but the one that comes up is the the Oracle at Delphi. That was, but somebody else that's really wise at one of my.
Well, the Oracle, if that works for you. I mean, if you feel like, okay, I'm stuck, what do I do? Can you imagine going inside and imagining the Oracle, or listening for what the Oracle might say?
Yeah, I think that works because it's, for me, it's really connected to I think it'll work.
Okay, so imagine the Oracle at Delphi and just connect to it in whatever way you can and feel that wise quality.
Yeah. So the part that I connect to most is there was an arch, apparently, that went over the entrance. And on the arch it said on the front of it, Maiden Aga. No, actually that was the other side. It said Nothi Sauton, which is know thyself. And then on the other side of it, it said Maiden Aga, or nothing overmuch, nothing, all things in moderation. So that's the part that I identify as sort of like the wisdom space.
Great. Okay. Evoke that for yourself as strongly as you can. When you have a good sense of it, let me know. Good.
That's good. I like that imagery better than Plato. It's something about having an archway, that there's this passage into, with wisdom, this idea of something, of being able to see what's not clear. And there's that moment before things are opened up, where you're in sort of your narrow place, and then trying to figure out what it is that life is telling you, or how you're supposed to respond to things.
That's terrific.
Yeah.
Can you think of anyone else or anything else you'd like on your team of allies?
I'd say my friend Todd.
Okay.
He's really good at Kung Fu, and he is a big supporter of me and my life and just what I'm doing, and somebody that I benefit from when I bounce ideas off him. So
Okay.
he embodies a lot of those different elements.
Great. Okay, so imagine Todd and feel those qualities in him. Let me know when you have a good sense of that.
That was a little more diffuse. It was, probably because when I think of him, I also think about all the stuff that I've been talking to him about. So there's a lot that gets connected.
Okay, can you imagine all of these different figures we've tapped in as a team, support team for you? Does it make sense to do that? Could that assemble them together?
I have a pretty good imagination. I could probably put them all together.
Okay.
Yeah.
See how that feels to assemble
Okay.
all these resources together. We're a team of allies. We're a team of inner helpers.
Yeah.
Okay?
Well, the image that I got was Todd and Barbara, and then myself and this little arch, and me facing Archangel Michael, and it was sort of the feeling of having them supporting me from behind, but then also that kind of strong, how do you say it? It's a confrontive energy, but it's not. But more in the sense of like a challenging, I don't know how to explain, challenging, supportive kind of way.
Great, great, great. So, you know, how this would work in treatment is that if we were doing trauma work, you now have all the support to go forward in doing EMDR or whatever other trauma work you're going to, you might want to do. You can use these resources if you, in daily life, hit a place where you need them. So for instance, if you get triggered by something and you want to calm yourself down, which of these resources would be helpful for you to calm yourself down? So if it's imagining bringing Tom in, or imagining a time when you were really strong, or it could be imagining Michael, the Archangel. Which one of these would help you in a time when you are triggered or anxious? You then imagine the resource and then tap yourself. So it's like activated, apply resource. If you're having trouble sleeping, you can evoke a resource. You could evoke the image of playing the piano, you know, and that memory, and then tap yourself as you're remembering that. Or you can, if you need more of a sense of protection, you can bring in your protectors or your nurturers. You can bring all your whole team in before going to sleep at night, and then tap yourself. So any of these, it's like this is your toolkit that can be used in any kind of situation. They can be helpful before going to for a medical appointment, for example. If you have anxiety about a medical appointment, you can tap yourself in the waiting room. You know, find subtle ways to tap yourself. You can tap yourself in the car, bringing in your resources as a way to calm yourself down. If you're flying, a lot of people use it in flying. You just close your eyes, go inside, connect with your safer, peaceful place and your resources, and tap yourself subtly as you're on the airplane if you're feeling anxiety. So a lot of different ways you can immediately use this to get some control over some of the things that are kind of hijack